Yeah, I know I'm early. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Come on now. What we got going on, party people? We gonna make this thing happen today. Yep, I know I'm early. Way early. But hey, sometimes it happens that way. Yep. All right. What's going on, my man? Oh, you getting ready to roll on out? All right. You going on another trip, man? What's going on with you, Caprinas? Good to see you there, my man. Good to see you there. Ah, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I'm just doing all that I can. Oh, you in Boston? Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, something came up I got to take care of a little bit later this evening. So I said, let me just go and hop on now. So time, you just got to flow and go with the flow and everything. So, and also got to give a shout out to my man Caprinas. You see that little emblem right there? That means he's a channel member. That man's been a member since day one. So faithful brother. I appreciate you, man. When he's able to come on the members training and stuff, he offers some really, really good insight. So that's my man. I think he probably been with me the longest, to be honest with you. So I really appreciate him. Really, really appreciate him. So thanks y'all for hitting the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get notified when we are on and popping and doing what we do. We're just trying to help people get to where you say you want to be at with this notary business. So, all right. So let me see here. What do I got to do? Okay. So I'm getting ready to get in here because I want us to learn some stuff tonight. Where is it? All right. What's going on, Angela? Yep, me and her talked earlier today. So me and her were chopping it up. Hadn't spoke to her in a while, so we went ahead and chopped it up for a little bit. Yeah, but thank y'all for hitting the like button. Also sharing. I'm about to share this on my on my Facebook, so people know that Griff is in his house. So I'm gonna share this on Facebook. Come on. Gotta let the people know that I am here. Told the people earlier that I was on here from Instagram, so I meant to say something on TikTok, but I forgot. What's going on? All right. We live now. All right, let me pull some stuff up. So yeah, things popped a little quicker than I expected today. So I gotta do a little something here, and want to show y'all something here. And I get it, and I personally I don't think I've ever did a video on this, but it's something that needs to be talked about. And let me see if I can find it, because I've only seen them a few times, but they're out there. Let's see here. All right. All right, so we got that one, and so what's been going on with y'all? Talk to me, y'all. What's been going on? How y'all been doing? And let me see if I can send this to myself, because somebody sent me one today. They sent me a good example of what I want to talk to y'all about. And let me see if I can. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this into a PDF, and then I'm going to upload it, and then y'all will be able to see. All right, perfect. All right. So what we're talking about tonight is. Oh, hold on. I know I be forgetting. Got to put my banner up there. Got to remind people to hit the like button and share and subscribe. So and thank you. I appreciate that. I really try to do the best I can to help everybody out because I know where y'all trying to get to, and I'm gonna do everything I can to help you get there. All right. So, Mr. Griffin, you, subby here. Learn so much from watching your current videos and previous videos. The content you're putting out doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you. Your channel is appreciated. Thank you very much. Y'all know I'm bad with names, so I'm not even gonna call it MW. That's all I'm calling it. MW. Okay, y'all know I be jacking names up bad. What's going on, my man Claude? That dude there, he's gonna be a solid notary. I already know. Hey, thank you there, Candy Lopez. So excited for you to be here also. So let me see if I can pull this off of my cloud here. Where is my file? Where is it? All right. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Yeah, this is perfect. Okay. I have to bring that down just a touch. Okay. So what we're talking about tonight, everybody, is and let me just type it in here. Hold on. Gotta do it as a banner. All right. Gotta make sure I spell the stuff right. All right. And I might have spelled it wrong on my video. Now that I think about it. Yep. Let me correct that real quick. All right. So what we're talking about is corporate acknowledgements. Okay. Probably should have made that plural. Let me make it plural because the wordsmith police gonna get on me. So here we go. So corporate acknowledgements. We're talking about corporate acknowledgements because I have gotten calls, about them, and a lot of people get confused on them, and I do understand. But let me turn my music off. There we go. But if you think about what I say is my 2 rules of notarizations, you're only dealing with the person in front of you, and you give the document what it's asking for. So if the document is asking for something and you can't give it to it, then the question is, okay, why can't I give it? Why can't I fill in this information for this here acknowledgement? What is going on here? And more than likely because it's not applicable to the situation. That's pretty much where it is. Hey, what's going on, Leo? Good to see you there, my man. Take this back. So we're talking about corporate acknowledgments. So we get right into this here. So in Virginia, we have corporate acknowledgments. Okay. And don't have my share stuff straight. My bad, y'all. There we go. Gotta add to the stage. So here's a corporate acknowledgement. So let's take this step by step. Let me get my comment thing here so I can draw on it. So what we got going on here, as always, you got the state of Commonwealth of, you got the county, you got on this day, the month and the year before me, the name of the notary appeared, the name of the person, and in this case, the name of the corporate signers, meaning the name of the people who are a part of the business. And from there, do they personally know them or gave you proper ID? Now, this is the big part here. The title, okay? The title of them, okay? The title of that person. So, let me back up one thing real quick. I got my fritter. Can't have. I know people can't have Fritter Friday without the fritter. So I got the fritter. I'm just doing a half of one, and I warmed it up too, so that thing is nice. And I had to go to 3 Dunkin' Donuts to get it. I kept forgetting earlier today, and I ended up, a couple of people I talked to, and a couple of people, they reminded me, hey man, don't forget your fritter. So I ran out and I got my fritter, and it took 3, and I even ordered it online with the mobile app for Dunkin', and they didn't tell me they didn't have one. I get to the place and they looking at my thing and they like, we ain't got none. And I'm like, why y'all didn't cancel it? So I just bought some other donuts, and then I went to 2 other ones, and the third one they had the fritters. So they had 2 left, and I grabbed those suckers up. So I got my fritters, so I'm good to go for the night and for tomorrow. I'm gonna eat a half a fritter each day instead of the whole one. And I meant to throw some ice cream on it, but I didn't have time. I need to get here with the party people. So get back to this. But my fritters good. I ain't gonna lie to you. Especially when they warm, not super hot, just warm, where they just soft. It's good. So what we got going on here? Let me do my little type in thing here. So let's go back. So we got Commonwealth of, in this case, Virginia. Get out the way so we can see Virginia, and we'll just use Norfolk since that's short of the spell on this 15th day. And feel free to ask any questions. Drop your questions in there. Y'all know I'm gonna hop on those. I ain't gonna be up here too long because I got to take care of something in a little bit. So I'm gonna be up here as long as I can. That's why I'm hopping right on in here. All right, just put the name and then Jane Johnson. That's the name of the corporate signer. And I would do one for each one. If it's multiple, I would do one for each one. Then you got you personally, oops, I'm sorry. They provided you with proper ID. They provided you, where am I thinking? They provided you with proper ID, and then the title will just say, sometimes if it's an LLC, it might be member. So so member, because that's their actual title, and name of the company, JJ um Cleaning LLC. Okay. So that's how you would start filling it out. And thanks again for hitting the like button. So the name of the person, that corporate signer, their title, and the title could be member, it could be owner, it could be CEO, CFO, and I would spell those. I wouldn't just put CEO, I would put chief, executive officer or chief financial officer. I would spell it out. And then the name of the company. Okay. And then you do your part and all of that good stuff. Now, this is easy. This is an easy one because it's really laid out for you. Okay. But here's the one that stumps somebody, and I get it. I get it. You late, but you here. Good to see you there, Miss Tiffany. Um, but this is the one that stumped the notary earlier today, and I get it. I get it. So let me see on the screen. Make sure I zoom in on this here. So, so you got the county of, the state of, the county of. Now, I'm not even gonna ask y'all to try to figure it out because we don't have time. But it says on this blank day, the 15th day of March 2024, before me, a notary public for the state of, and you will put your state there. In this case, Maryland. Let me see if I can fill some of this stuff in. So you put your state there. In this case, Maryland. Maryland personally appeared, and we'll just go with Jane Johnson, who acknowledged himself or herself to be the blank of blank a blank. And this means to be could be the member, or it could be owner, or, you know, um, chief. Oh, I'm spelling that right, chief. I think I'm feeling it. If I ain't spelling right, let me know. Chief, um, executive officer of JJ Cleaning LLC. Let me make sure this. Okay, that's on hold. A, now this A meaning this right here, A blank. And what this is supposed to be is a, in this case, we'll say Maryland, a Maryland corporation, okay? Meaning they've been incorporated in the state of Maryland or whatever state that they're in, because they could be on vacation in Maryland, but they're actually, that business is actually, an Iowa corporation or whatever the corporation may be. Okay. So it's the date, the state, the person who it is that came before you, and they are a member, owner, chief executive officer, whatever their role is, such and such company. And that company is a Iowa corporation, dot, dot, dot. Now, do y'all follow me? Any questions? Do y'all follow me on that? Any questions? Okay. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask them now. I'm serious. Drop them in the chat. Ask them now, because this here is kicking notaries' butt. They're like, I don't know what to do with this. I can't understand. Correct me if I'm wrong, but shouldn't it be completed? This be completed by the preparer? No, this is a notarial acknowledgement. This is the notarial acknowledgement. So this isn't some form. This is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to fill this out. State of, county of, this is an actual notarial acknowledgement for us. See down here? No signature. Oops. Right here. Our signature. Name of notary public. Signature. Down here is hard to see, but down here it says my commission expires. So this is our notarial acknowledgement. This is a, what's going on, Q? Hanging out down there in Florida. This is a corporate acknowledgement that we are supposed to fill out. Just like you have one that I got from the NNA. Now, with the stuff from the NNA, let me pull my other thing up here. Okay, there it is. So, what's going on, Dorinda? Good to see you. So, yeah. So, now it would be nice if the people who put this document together filled all of that out. But as we know, they're not going to do that a lot of time, because they're like, well, that's the notary area. The notary should be filling that out. So we got to fill it out. So in the NNA, when you go into your training area, your back office area and all that stuff, they have this right here, notary certificates. And then you click on notary certificates and you select the state. So we'll go with Georgia since I fell on that. So does Georgia have one for a corporation? I don't see one. All right. So I don't see one. So let's go with Arizona. I don't see one for Arizona. Let's go with Illinois. Here you go. Illinois has a corporate one and a partnership one. Okay, let me zoom this in. My bad. I didn't think y'all. They have a corporate one and a partnership one. So we're gonna take a look at both of them. I haven't seen neither one of these. Okay, so this is pretty much the same as the one for Virginia. Okay, the name of the person, their title, the name of the corporation. Okay, let's see what the partnership says. Partnership, name of the signing partner, to be the person who executed with the instrument on behalf of, the name of the partnership. My bad. I got to zoom this in a little bit for y'all. The name of the partnership, whatever that partnership name is, and then the name of the person. So that one's pretty easy. So the name of the signing partner or agents, because it could be somebody who's signing on behalf of the partnership. Another agent could be their accountant, could be an attorney, and then the name of the partnership. So all it is that you just take time out and look at it and say, okay, again, what I always say, what is the document asking for? What is that notarial certificate asking for? It's asking for some information. Now the question becomes, is the people who I'm signing with signing on behalf of a company? Is that because sometimes they can stick that in there. Hold on, y'all. Check because I got some stuff to do. Okay. So they can stick it in there thinking that, well, it's a notarial acknowledgement. But what you don't do is just sign it and then you stamp it and you don't completely fill it out. This is what you don't leave this stuff blank, because either it is for a person that's a corporate entity or it's not. If they're not a corporate entity, then what do? You don't use that. You replace it with the proper notarial acknowledgement. There's no need to fill it out. There's no need to cross over it. There's no need to exit and all of that. You just use the proper one. And if somebody said, well, why did you use this instead of the one that we put in there? Well, the people were not signing on behalf of a company or for a company. They were signing as individuals, not as president or CEO of XYZ Corporation. Now, if you see a document where the document will clearly say that, okay, it's, John Jones president, John Jones member, then you know that, okay, you're signing on behalf of, or they're signing on behalf of a company. So what's the name of the company and what type of, and where did it get incorporated at? That's what you need to know. Now, any questions, anybody not following what I'm saying here? I'm serious. If you're not following what I'm saying, this is the time to ask questions. You don't need to get out there, because I'm telling you, y'all know how it flows with me. I teach something, and then probably about 5 or 10% of y'all end up seeing it within the next 30 days. And you'll be like, oh, I should have asked a question. I heard you, Grip, but I'm telling you, you need to ask now. If you don't get it, chat, put it in the chat so we can figure it out. Okay. So everybody can know. This ain't the time to be all embarrassed. Well, I'll call you later. I mean, okay, you can call me, but this is the time to get your question answered. And y'all like my little black Adam right there? That's the black Adam. I got him. Oh, my son got me that about 6 months ago and everything. And then I couldn't remember where I put it at. I had set it somewhere, so I pulled him on out. Him kicking it with the Green Lantern. So, hey, what's going on? What's going on, lady? And you're very welcome there, Express. Very, very welcome. So that's really it for corporate acknowledgement. I mean, so let's get back before we move off of that. Let's look and see, anybody got a particular. All right, so give me a state. Anybody, Tiffany, what state you're in? We'll go with whatever state you're in. Okay. Watch out down on it. All right, my man threw up Texas. Let's see if Texas got one. I do not see one for Texas for the corporate one. All right, let's roll with Michigan. All right, Michigan. And see, with the NNA, they have very generic ones. So basically, it will be the same if you were in Michigan. So here's the thing. Let's say you have this one, and it's completely, let me make it blank. It's completely blank, and you're like, I know this is a corporate one, but it's confusing me. And see, if you read down here, right here, and that she in such capacity being authorized to do so as true and voluntary act of the limited liability company, partnership, corporation, etc., duly authorized by all necessary actions by the limited liability company, partnership, or corporation, etc. So it's telling you that this is a corporate. When you see this kind of language, that's letting you know it's a corporate acknowledgement because the language is right there. It's right here. It's telling you that this is what this is. But let's just say you get confused and you're like, you know what? I'm still confused as to what goes where. Not a problem. What do? You use the one for your state. You see what I'm saying? And this one is Maryland. This one right here that I'm just showing y'all is for Maryland, Dorinda. This is one that's in Maryland. Now here's the crazy part. Let's look at over here. Let's see if Maryland shows up. Now the NNA doesn't have one specifically for Maryland. It doesn't have one. Let's see. Maybe this representative is one. Oops. A little too tight there. Name of the party on behalf. Nah, that's a representative one. So that's not the right one. So Maryland doesn't have one, but it doesn't mean you can't have one or use one. Mint came across, what would you say? I came across something similar to this. And see, and I know I'm gonna get in trouble when I say this statement right here on, and maybe the person might, I don't know. Hopefully they are telling me the truth. But they said they contacted the NNA and the NNA couldn't help them on this. Now, one of the things that I've always said about the NNA is that you got to ask your questions the right way. If you don't ask your questions the right way, you're not going to get the right answer. And if you ask your question to the wrong person, so many people, I've heard many stories, and I have stories myself where I've reached out to the NNA and I got one person that completely didn't understand what I was talking about, rushed me off the phone, and was like, I don't, they didn't say they didn't know, but they really didn't address it. Then I call back and I get a different person, and they're like, okay, I know what you're talking about. And then they're able to help me. So that's what you have sometimes with the NNA. I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to talk bad about it. I'm just telling you what it is. And you can go out there and talk. Other people will tell you, yeah, I called the NNA and they told me one thing. Then I called back and another person told me another thing. So so I don't know. I know every phone call is recorded. They record every phone call. So you at least know that, hey, you did tell me this and stuff. And they review the phone calls. I've been told they review the phone calls for quality assurance and purposes and training. So just know that you're being recorded when you talk to the people at the NNA. So don't be cussing nobody out. But you got to ask the questions the right way. Said, Grill, let's say I received documents and notice a corporate LLC partnership. Can I fill in the information? Yes, you can. You can fill in the information if you know it, if you know the information. But if you know, the only thing that you would not know on this one is whether or not it's a corporation for your state. What state is the corporation in? Which means because see, here's the thing, you're more than likely going to get, you're not going to get the documents before you call and confirm the order. Now, once you get the documents, and then depends on when you get the documents, you could then call them up and be like, hey, I just want to find out. I see we got corporate acknowledgement. And you look at the documents, there's corporate acknowledgements in there, but none of the signature lines and nothing in there shows that it's a corporation. That's, somebody from a corporation. Then you got to contact the title company, signing company, and find out, hey, what's going on here? If you see that it's a corporate acknowledgement, and then you turn around and you see that, yeah, this is a corporation that's signing this, ABC, floor cleaning corporation, and the person signing is John Jones, and they're signing as a member, then you can easily give them a call back and say, hey, I just want to find out what state is your company incorporated in? Oh, it's incorporated in that state, not a problem. Now you can fill it out. That's all you got to do. It's really, really simple and easy to figure this out. But may have to, but you just have to maybe call back and ask some questions if you get the documents early enough. If you don't get them on time, then or ahead of time, then that becomes a problem and everything. You know, let's see. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not seeing too many corporate acknowledgments for these other companies. All right, no problem. I understood what you were saying, lady. I understood what you were saying. And then it says, but when talking to them, you need to be clear in asking what the internet. And sometimes, if you have time, you need to, yeah, if you can send them a sample, and hopefully they'll get it quickly enough. Because I think they tell you they'll get back with you in like 48 hours. You know, so that becomes a problem. That becomes a huge problem. Um, and everything. Let me just text the wife real quick. I know, just let me know when she's done. She had a late client. She was doing their hair and stuff. Let me know when you are ready. All right. So that's really it. And it says, when you are done with corporations, could you talk about trust? Well, with the trust, that is one of the things that you got to find out, because if you're talking about with trust, there's verbiage that they have, and the verbiage can be different for each person. So the verbiage can be, like your sign is, Earl Jones, trustee, that's it. Earl Jones, executor, or Earl Jones, trustee of the Earl Jones Trust, dated May 7th, 1967. Um, dot dot dot. The question then becomes, if the verbiage on that signature line, do they want them to sign all of that? And that's where you have to have a conversation with the signing company, who should be talking to the title company, and they should let you know what the requirement is. So with trust, it's really, how do y'all want this trust done? I made the mistake of employing what I did with one trust on another and messed it all up. I don't think I ever heard back from that company, to be honest with you. Or maybe they're out of business. I can't even remember the name of the company. But I did the trust the same way. So one trust I did, they wanted trustee written out. On the other trust, they didn't. And I actually saw the instructions and forgot. So I was like, yeah, just put trustee. But they didn't. Why? I've never been able to figure that out. Now, what specific question that you have concerning trust? Because when you say trust, that's the only thing that I can think of, Claude. When it comes to trust, it's really about how they're supposed to sign. Do they have trustee or do they not have trustee? Sometimes they want them, sometimes they don't. It's not up to us to even try to understand why they want it that way. It's, how do you want it? And unfortunately, they don't tell you up front sometimes. Sometimes they will. And one time, and when I get a chance, I'll dig up some instructions I think I have, where they tell you, hey, if there's trustee verbiage, no trustee verbiage needed. Then other times they say trustee verbiage is needed. Which one is it? And then the question then becomes, okay, you want them to sign all this trustee verbiage, but guess what? The space for them to put all of that is like this big. In other words, there's text here, and instead of it being spaced down here, it's like right here. You got all of that. I can't fit all of that in there? Then when you do your separate notarial acknowledgement, you got to write all that trustee verbiage out. Oh yeah, because that trustee verbiage is in your notarial acknowledgement. So let's just say it's an acknowledgement that's not right for your state. Now you got to redo it, and you have to have all of that in there. So that's why you have to have the conversation with them about that. Said this is a really good lesson. Often the acknowledgement section is incomplete and not properly notarized. That is correct. And then it says, thank you. Haven't done a corporate acknowledgement yet. Yeah, I mean, I haven't done too many of them, but when you see them, it's like, okay, because when they start asking, when the question, when you start seeing, the verbiage in there, it's like, okay, this ain't a regular one. Okay, this is not. If you look at and I can hold on, I think I can pull something up to give you an example. What you say here? I wonder if he's asking, willing, for example, Billy Bob. Right, that's what I was saying. Yeah, Billy Bob as trustee of the Billy Bob Living Trust. And that's where you have to ask them, how are they supposed to sign? That's what you have to ask them. So I think I have an example of a good example of the corporate one. If I can find it. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I should. Um, Let me see. Ha Come on, baby. Griff be knowing this stuff. All right, let me take this off so y'all can see it clearly. All right. Here's an example. So this is one that I made up here. So the foregoing instrument was acknowledged before me this date by so and so, and then it says here name of officer, agent, title officer or agent or agent of this company as attorney in fact for this mortgage company on behalf of said entity. So that's it. This is the company, they just got this push down here. And then you do your thing. So this is a corporate one. It's laid out different, but it's still a corporate. And what makes it corporate is that it's talking about somebody signing on behalf of a corporation. And as you can see, there's various different formats. The problem that notaries have right now is that a lot of us are looking for everything to be straight and exact. Yeah, Billy Bob. That's what everybody's like. Okay, I want everything to be the same way across the board. And the reason why is because it makes it simple for you. And this is not to be talking disparagingly against anybody. It's so you don't really have to use a whole lot of brain power. Let's just be real. I want it the same. So when I go do this, it's this way. So when a company from Maryland, a company from Iowa, a company from Hawaii, or whoever sends me, everybody's corporate acknowledgement is formatted the same. Because if it is, then it makes it easy. But the moment it's not, now I got to, oh man, I got to figure this out. And you don't want to look like you don't know what you're talking about. You see what I'm saying? But you do look like you don't know what you're talking about if you don't sometimes do a little bit of research. So let me see if I can figure this out for you because there's something that I used to do. I'm gonna have to pull this up over here and continue keep asking any questions that you have. Let me see if this works because let me see if let's see here. Because sometimes you have to trying to see if I can figure this out because it's a certain way that you can search for stuff and pull it up. And I can't remember what I did. like I said, I didn't have time to TBD. Hold up. Hold on. Let me see here. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to make something happen for y'all. And I'm gonna see if I can do it this way. I think might be the way I did it. I can't figure it out. Don't worry about it. But nonetheless, all right. So, any other questions, concerns, whether it's notary acknowledgments, the notary business, what you got? I mean, what have you been seeing? Anything been stumping you? And I have not seen a jurat corporate acknowledgement. I don't believe any exists. The jurat is just stating that the statement that you're making or the questions that you're answering or the answers that you're giving the questions are true or the statement that you're signing off on is true, irregardless whether you're part of a corporation or not. Because the corporation isn't the one telling the truth, it's the individual. So so I have not seen one, have never heard anybody talk about that. That's pretty good. Been a long time since I had one of them fritters. I'm serious, long, long time since I've had one. So, so any other questions, concerns about the notary business of any sort? I don't care what it is. Any questions you want to ask me? Hopefully, ain't nothing too crazy. um, Now, something I want to show y'all, and I've shown y'all this before, but a lot of people are really, really struggling with this. Come on. It says when the verbiage says he, she, them, do, any companies want you to, that's based on your state law. That is based on your state law. Um, yeah, that's based on your state law. There are companies like California says they want you to, but from when I took training with Laura Brewer, who knows the state laws, and she has courses on that on her site. I think it's laurabrewer.com or Coach Me Laura. I'm sorry, coachmelaura.com. Oh, ho. Hold on, hold on. Did I see what I think I just saw? Don't hold on. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I got to show y'all this. Look up here in this corner. This is look at something an ad for something called Notary Live. I don't know. I've never heard of them, so I got to click and let's. They got an ad running out there. NotaryLive.com. They got to be spending some money. It says right there down in the corner ad NotaryLive.com. So, oh my goodness. Notarize your documents online anytime, anywhere, 14 days trial. Notarizations are $25 during the free trial of the business account subscription and all of that. Okay. Notary Live for Business. Everybody's coming up with their own little online thing. I like dot verify. I like dot verify. All right. So what I was getting to, yeah, when it comes to the corporate thing, I mean the he, she, them, it depends on what your state law says. That's what Laura Brewer taught me. But you can always double check with them. You can get a session with her. She'll be able to tell you what your state says. Maybe her, and she has recorded her training, so check those out, and she should be able to. You should be able to tell them and all of that. All right. So hold on 1 second. So I'm just gonna go to YouTube. I'm not even logged in. All right. So let's say you're on YouTube and you're trying to figure out whether or not I've done a video about something. And I'm gonna get to your question in a second, Tiffany. So what I share with people to do all the time is just type in Griffin Notary and then the subject. So let's just say the subject of split closing. Okay. Boom. There's videos that I've done out here on split closings. This is the one we're doing right now. I like that graphic. I like that graphic. Yeah, I found a way to. I I have to show y'all later what I did, but this is me talking about split signings here, the art of doing the split signing. A lot of time, most people know that I drive a rental car, so people ask me, why do you drive a rental car? Okay, so Griffin Notary rental car. Boom. This, somebody asked me a question about loan mods. Loan mod. Boom. I got video. This is how you find videos. Now, if you just go out there and just type in loan mod, ain't no telling what you're gonna get. What's another thing that doc prep? Boom. The stuff is, you know what I'm saying? It's out here. It's out here. It's out here. So this is some of the things that you need to do. Acknowledgement. Videos about that right there. Boom. So what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is the information that you want, or if you're thinking that I talked about a subject, is out here. Now, if you were to put in there corporate acknowledgments, no, I didn't do anything about that specific until now. But, and I'm probably change my title so that way it'll pop up in there. But there's videos out here that I've done. I think I got something, let's say notary pay. I don't know. Yep, there you go. Something about notary pay right there. That's something I recently did. What is a notary pay system? Getting paid as a notary, some quick tips. How much are you willing to pay for a title? So there's videos that I've done out there of all various different things. You sometimes just have to go do some research. If you click on the picture or the name of the channel, it takes you, and then you got videos, and these are just pre-recorded videos that I've done, and you can go through and look. What I've been doing is adding chapters to them so you can see the specific area, different topics that I'm covering in there. I have a program that just does it automatically. I got live videos. Here's the live videos that I've done. And I'm slowly going back and putting chapters on everything. Taking me a while. And sometimes YouTube will automatically do it. So there are videos, just like people asking me about, printer. The stuff is out here. Like people will ask me, like this video here, people will see this here and then ask me, they will ask me, where did I get the stuff from? It's right here. It's right there in the description. This is where I got the equipment from. Everything now, hopefully the links are still working, but I haven't checked, but everything is right there. The point that I'm making is you're going to have to do a little bit more. Yo, what up, Notary Giant? I got my fritter, man. I did get my fritter today and stuff. So, and then the different playlists. So let's go back. I saw Claude was talking about the playlist. So the playlist is just a culmination of all the different videos. Common sense playlist. No, this is for the members only. Notary profile information, training videos, notary business talk. I've been putting a lot of videos in there. Local business, and just different things that I've put together. And I'm trying to do everything that I do. So sometimes I can't, keep everything going, but I do the best I can. return on investment. This is a good playlist because, and this is based off of somebody else's don't ping me YouTube. This is based off of um different things because people keep asking questions about, or keep saying I need to get a return on investment, but do you really understand what that means and what it takes? So I put these videos together. Then I did a video myself down here about the return on investment, and everything. So old video, lighting is all messed up and everything. And this here got chapters to it and stuff. And then, like right here, I'm breaking it down, the return on investment for 3 months. Y'all need to look at this video. Matter of fact, let me get this video. Um, Let me make it small for y'all. I use tiny URL, shorten the link, copy, and then come back over here. Uh, video, video, and I just put that in the chat for y'all. All right. So this is a very good video to look at, and I go through and I break it down to try to help you to understand the money. Okay. And it's only got 1,000 views, so that means that's a lot of people who haven't looked at the video, and a lot of people who don't understand return on investment. Okay. So let me go back to some of the questions here. Get back up here. Is there a net 30 for printers? Now, when you say net 30, mean buy printers and then pay for the printer 30 days later, pay it off. Yeah, you can get an Amazon account, which I believe uh, right here. There's a video that I did on getting an Amazon business account. Only 814 views. So that means a lot of people don't want to get a business account. So I believe they're still doing it. I haven't checked. Um, Let me shorten that one for y'all. And then you can go check that one out. Amazon business account. All right. So that video talks about the Amazon business account from top to bottom. I give examples of it, everything, how to go in there, set it up, all of that, all of that. So with Amazon, you have an Amazon business account, you're net 30. You can buy stuff and then you pay it off 30 days later, and all of that. Let's see, what other question? I received an email from them and then can Ron, can Ron, can you use Ron for court reporting? I don't know. I don't know if you can use Ron on court reporting. Can Ron be used for court reporting? That I don't know. That will be up to that company and their rules and regulations and your state laws and stuff. Tranquility, yeah, Quill. I tried to get an account with them, and then their stuff was more expensive. It was cheaper for me to get it from off of Amazon. This stuff wasn't any cheaper, to be honest with you. And then there was one company that I use from time to time here. This one called Zerby. I dropped that in there. Zerby, I've used them. I have an account with them. I know I got to get me some more legal paper. Boise 8.5, 14. I got to see what the price running now because I need to get some. Okay. To me, that's not bad because I've seen it much higher. Yeah, so I gotta order me some more of that. So on Amazon, um, Boise. Oh, no one I'm spelling wrong. Boise legal paper. Yeah, there's the 75. So Boise, there's 75. On Zerby 64. So I will buy from them. So I will probably buy a case or two, maybe this weekend from them at 64. And I shop around to see who has it for the least amount. Now, if you don't have the money up front and you really got to, then I would just use my Amazon. I'll pay 75 and I'll pay it off in 30 days. That's how I would do that. But I'll try Quill, and their prices were okay on some things, but not on others. It said grill with signature closers seem like the orders are going. Yeah, they are. They are. Because when you get with signature closers, you get the email first. It hits the email, then it hits the app a lot of times. And depending on your network and all this, that, and the other, by the time you get the thing, it's gone. So my method has been with them is I only do I will grab the orders that nobody else wants, which means I might have to do a little bit of driving depending on how far it is. But that's what I've been doing to stay on top of what you call it of signature closes and getting orders. So a lot of times I just end up taking orders that nobody else wants to take at the time they don't want to do them, or even the price. Because sometimes they'll throw a $45 order out there. I just take it. I just take it. I just grab it up and go do it. And some people don't want to, and I'm like, okay, fine, that's you. It's about me running my business, so that's what I do. Sometimes I'm fortunate enough to just catch them, and if I am, I just there's some months where I have maybe 8 or 9 or 10. Then there's times where I don't get any, because somebody just beat me to the punch. It's. But their orders come through the email first, which I don't like because in the email you also when you click on it, then you got to put in a password and all that, and I don't like that method. I think they should just send it straight to the app, first come, first serve, in the story. Um, yeah. So then it says dot prep 1 through 4. Thank you. Was very helpful. I was starting. I use most of your suggestions. That is good. And all of my stuff is just suggestions. You work it however you feel it needs to be worked. And again, thanks y'all for hitting the like button. Said I finished the Notary Basic playlist. It took a while. Yeah. Yeah. Good information. And I'm just trying to put information out there that other trainers or other people that are on YouTube aren't, because these are things that people have told me that they want to know. So when people start talking to me about, hey, how do you do this and that? And like I said, I keep getting questions about it. I'm like, okay, aren't you took so and so's training? Well, they don't teach that. You took so and so's training. Well, they don't teach that. So I'm like, okay, everybody got all this supposedly high end training that's getting you prepared, but yet they're not teaching you any of the stuff that you say you would like. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll do it. I just take on it and I'll just throw it out there. Waiting on the Dunkin' Donuts card, man. Star be having that. But man, that Fritter is on point tonight. It is on PO on tonight. I'm good. I'm trying to get away. Thanks for hitting the like button. Yeah, Caprinas is here. He might have hopped off, but he was up here for enough. Yeah, just watch the videos. Here's the thing. I share people with people all the time, and some people get upset with me when I say this because people call me and say, I've been watching your videos. And then they ask me a question, and I'm like, okay, I know what video I talked about that on. I said, did you look at that video? No. But did you look at it? No. Okay. And a lot of times people did, and I get it. Human nature is, I just want to talk to you. I just want you to tell me. But if you listen to the video, I'm articulating stuff. So just like right now, I just did this video about corporate acknowledgments. It will be best for somebody to watch the video rather than get me on the phone and ask me to explain it to them. Why? Because you have a visual of the corporate acknowledgments. Over the phone, you don't. You can rewind the video and listen to it again. You can't call me 2 days later and say, hey, at the 15-minute mark of our conversation, what did you say about such and such? Because I would have forgotten. I am going to forget. It's that simple. So I share with people what I'm saying to you now is no different than what I'm saying in the video. The only difference is I'm just giving you words. In the video, I'm giving you a visual. So that's why I strongly encourage people to watch the videos, look at the videos first sometimes. Then once you looked at it, like, okay, now let me ask Griff this question because you said this, so I didn't quite grab that. And that makes sense, and it's easier because sometimes now it's like, okay, I got to sort of go back and try to bring you along to get you to this point so you can understand this one thing. Because sometimes I've tried, okay, well, here's the answer. And then they're like, I don't get it. Then I got to take a step back. I still don't get it. Now I got to go 5 steps back. Oh, now I get it. But had they looked at the video, or sometimes I say, go check that, look at the video first, and then they look at the video. Most of the time, I never hear from them, either because they mad at me and they're like, "Well, you wouldn't answer my question directly, so I'm gonna forget you," or "Okay, I got it." And a lot of people do contact me back and say, "I get it now. Okay, I see what you're saying." That's why I do so many videos. I know it's a lot, but I know people can't learn everything in 2 to 3 minutes. You sometimes need to have things really broken down, and that's why I really like to take my time about it. Instead of, mhm. um, my thought is this: do you have time to keep answering the same question over and over again about your prices? My wife on her website, she has price pages. She has a price page. And that way she can people can see exactly what everything costs. So like this is her site right here, and she has the prices. So you know upfront what it is. You know upfront what it is. And some of these things we got to change. I'm gonna be doing that this weekend for her because she's updated her prices. But you know upfront, okay, this is what it is. Now, there are people, even though you put your price up there, they will still call you and say, "So how much you charge for it?" Just to see if what you say now is different from your price list. And I'm the type, if I know I have a price list out there, which I don't have one on my site because I really don't get business off of my site. Maybe that's why. I do have some pricing. I know I have. I think some basic pricing up there about just like the travel fee stuff, but I don't have anything like loan closings, a breakdown and all of that. But if I did have pricing and somebody called me, I'm like, "Did you check out my pricing?" Or how much is? I said, "Well, you know what? Here I would have a saved, especially because they call me on my cell, I would have a save, go to my clipboard and say, I'm gonna text you right now the link to the price list because it'd be best for you to look at it so you can see instead of me trying to run everything off the top of my head. And then I would have them do that. Now, if they're unwilling to go look at the price list, you see what I'm saying? Or they say, like, my wife's cosmetology program is 15,000. Oh, so that's what, yeah, the same, that's the price on the website. Did look at the website? Well, yeah, I was looking at your website. Okay, well, if you looked at the website, I'm pretty sure you came across the price. That's what the price is. And people are hoping that you'll say something different that'll be to their advantage. Also, you can use pricing to run people off. Because if people don't want to spend 15,000, guess what? They're not going to call you because that is your price. You're like, okay, because Yeah, okay, that's your price. Okay. Or even if they do try you and they say, well, call 'em. And then next thing you know, they tell their five friends they ain't budging off the price. That's the price. Well, okay. And then they move on. Because what you don't want is for somebody to worry you and wear you out with the pricing, the constant questions. Every time you call, so what's your price? What's your price? That's why even with the website, you with your phone up call, if you want to roll that way, you say, hey, this is so and so's mobile notary services. Our website address is such and such and such. Please visit us for all pricing information and schedule an appointment. So now they didn't get a chance to get to you, but at least they know where to go. So you told them go to the website. If they left a voicemail, at least they heard that they can go there. You see what I'm saying? This is the kind of stuff. Or if you have something where they can do an automatic text, that'll automatically text them, say, thank you, sorry, I missed your phone call. And it sends an automatic text to them, say, here's a link to our website for pricing information and whatever else you want to know. So you're giving them the prices and telling them up front because that's what they want. Now, Bill Soroka put out a good video the other day, I think it was the other day, where he was talking about, when people call and ask about pricing. He basically, and I figured this out a long time ago. What I tend to do is before I start giving them the price, and I agree with what he said, I find out what's the scope of what you want done. So how much it costs? Yeah, I need a document notarized. Well, can you give me details exactly what you've been asked to get notarized? And if they can't give me, it's like, well, sir, I can't accurately give you a price if I don't completely know what it is that you need me to do, because I don't want to overcharge you and I don't want to undercharge you. So to be proper and fair, I need you to give me the details. What type of document it is, this, that, and the other. Can you forward it to me? Can you send me a picture? Or something. You know, well, no, I can't do all that. Okay, can you tell me who wants what done? And if they can't give you the information, then it's hard for you to give them an accurate price because they're thinking that, okay, well, just give me the price now. If you really want to do it, and I've had to do this sometime when people really push and act like they don't want to tell me what's going on, I just say, okay, $150. What, that much? I said, well, I don't know what you have me walking into. I don't know, sir. So if I'm going to do this and you want me to come in blind, and if I tell you a price of $15 and it's really worth and it's the effort and what I have to do is more, you don't care. You want me to give you it for 15 because that's what I said. And you know this. And this is how I am with people when they call for general notary work. If I tell you $15 and then I get there and it really supposed to be 85, 100 or more, you're not going to want to pay me. And I understand. So therefore 150. And then we'll figure it out there. Because then I can drop my price if I need to, but you're not going to want me to raise my price if I need to. They don't like that kind of talk, but I'm being upfront and honest with them. You see what I'm saying? All right. So it goes on, says, it says, oh, thank you very much. Signed up with DreamHost. I use what email client do you? I use their email client if I don't need the Google interface. But DreamHost is not my client company. I've been using them for over 20 years. I like their web hosting. It's simple, straight to the point. They don't overcharge. They don't do any of that crazy stuff. But they have a thing called Squirrel Mail, and if you need help in the back office when you do that, let me know, and I'll get with you and I can show you how to work it. But the email, they have a free email service. Now you can get the Gmail. So for my Griffin Notary, I have the Gmail. So I have that and that because I needed the calendar and some other stuff. And notifications come quicker through that. The Squirrel Mail is a little slow on me getting my email notifications. So I switched over to the Gmail and it comes through a lot quicker. It says you and Ty have been amazing for me, learning so much. Oh, thank you very much. Name on who? Oh, me probably. Um, Like, you talking about sharing my donut with you, man? Come on. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Y'all probably don't even have no Dunkin' Donuts up there in New York. Mm, I don't have nothing up there in New York. Mm-mm-mm. Dieting. I'm dieting too. That's why I'm only doing half. And that's right. Hit the Notaries Unsealed podcast. The link is in the description. It said, listen to Q girl was holding out. As I found and started listening. Yeah, we be talking some smack on there. Y'all gotta go look at. Yes, I wear the body camera. Should be informed. I don't tell nobody. Well, that depends on your state law. In Virginia, you don't have to tell anybody. We have one party consent in Virginia. But if somebody walk up to you and say, "Hey, I'm recording for my own protection," you can let them know. And if they don't want to be on camera, then they need to go on somewhere. But I have my body cam all the time. Put my vest on, turn the body cam on. And amazingly enough, a lot of times people don't even realize what that is because they so focused on messing with you, they don't even realize what are some of the ways to market to mortgage companies and realtors. I don't market to the real estate agents. The reason why is because they don't care about what notaries do. They just go with what the title company says. And they've told me that they're like, oh, they just go with what the title company says. The only time a realtor probably will use you is if they've been having problems with the title company, or they have a special situation where their client can't get to the title company's office, and it's easy for them to have a mobile notary to go out to them. But for the most part, the title companies, they don't worry about. And then even with the mortgage company, you can reach out to them, but keep in mind they all have their set established. And I know people say, "Well, you should take so and so's course." If it works, if their stuff works, it works. But it doesn't work everywhere because you can't make somebody give you business they don't have. And if using a mobile notary is not a part of their business model, because you got to keep that in mind. And a lot of people don't realize that is using a mobile notary a part of their business model. And how do you make that a part of their business model? How do you convince them? Also, you got to be in a position that you can be there when they want you to, because working direct doesn't always mean more money. People think working direct means more money. Working direct sometimes is especially if you're in their office, they start treating you like you're an employee. They start expecting you to act like you're an employee sometimes when you're a business owner. And when things hit the fan, you have to protect your business, not theirs. It's about you protecting your business. You do what you can to keep things straight for their stuff, but you got to protect your business. And some people, meaning their employees, don't understand that. The owners may understand it, but you're not working with the owners. You're not even interacting with the owners. You're interacting with the owner's employees. Their employees, your business owner, and they don't have the same mindset. So what they expect you to do, what they expect you to put up with, because as a business owner, I don't have to put up with that. You have to keep that in mind. Now there are companies that I work with that I don't do anything inside their office. I haven't had any problem. There are companies who I do stuff in their office. They respect the fact that I'm an independent business owner, and they understand the dynamics and the difference. And it's like, Griff does this, we do that. I come in, do my thing, and I'm gone. It's that simple. But to market to them, it all depends on is that what they have as part of their business model, using mobile notaries. And then the question is, can you be available to them whenever they need you to? If you can, then cool. If you can't, then after a while, they're not going to really want to rock with you, because every time they contact you, "Oh, well, I'm busy, I can't. I ain't got time for that." We need somebody that's reliable, that's going to be there when we ask them to, like an employee. Part of the Biden thing of having people being classified as employees. You know what I'm saying? So what else we got here? What other question we got? Da. But the only thing you can do in marketing when it comes to marketing to people is finding out where they have a gap at, where they have a need at. Once you understand their need, Once you understand what they need help with, if they even have one, a need, or they feel it, or they're willing to admit it, then you can articulate how you can fix the problem they have. Well, we need notaries that can do stuff on the weekends. What do you do for, first of all, do you do closings on the weekends? Well, no, but would you, if you had a notary that could do closings on the weekend, would you be willing to do that or to accommodate your clients? Well, if we could find one, yeah, I can do that. Now you got to be available to them on the weekend. Now that means you can't go to something in the water. Probably you can't go to the Budweiser, new edition concert that's coming up on the weekend because you got to do closings. Because you said you could be there for them and you done got your tickets. Now what? Which means you can't go, well, I ain't heard nothing from them. And then on Friday afternoon, you're on your way up to Maryland or wherever you're going to the Superfest, and they're like, hey, we need you tomorrow morning. Oh, that means you need to communicate with them ahead of time and let them know you're going to see New Edition, you're going to see Johnny Gill, you're going to see Mary J. Blige, you're going to see the Rolling Stones or Kiss or whoever. You need to do that. If you don't, and then they call you, like, okay, well, it's the summertime, I gotta go. Well, we're going on a family cruise for the next 30 days. You didn't tell us that, and we need you. We booked these things for the weekend, and your butt out there in Aruba. They're not gonna be happy with you. Okay. When that happens to me, I just get a business to the next note on my list. Um, he said that's why I don't really do that much general notary work myself. Um, Good. Glad you're enjoying it, Dorinda. Good to know I'm using GoDaddy and it's a tad bit expensive. Yeah, yeah. Look in the description. I have and if you need to transfer, because I have a web server, I've been supporting Q with his clients, so you can transfer domain names, and we can do a transfer from yours to mine, and get you all set up. Plus Q, he's available to help you out with stuff and all of that. So that won't be a problem. So me and Q work good, work together on a lot of different web client stuff, and I do primarily the back end. He does a lot of the front end, and we make it all happen together. And I have all the tools that a person would need to make it happen. So just get with me, and we'll make it happen, and all that good stuff. So yeah, we can. And if you set up your own account, I can show you how to transfer your domain name from GoDaddy over to that one. Now, I will tell you, I use GoDaddy sometimes primarily to get a domain name because sometimes they will run a special and I'll get it for real, real, real cheap. And then I will transfer it over after the first year. So the first year, I'll get it and it'll be like for $2.99. I'll get it, and I can make it, there's a way that you can say, yeah, I have my domain name here, but the hosting is over here and it all looks seamless. And then you can transfer the domain name from here to over there. So what's going on, Texas? Good to see you. Good to see you. So any other, let me check on the wife, make sure I ain't okay. Because she's just cleaning up there at the salon. So I just told her to take her time and do that. Um, Okay. 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 Now this is person. All right. I'm glad I put it. All right. Roger that. And I've been still getting a bunch of last minute closings left and right. I've been with DreamHost over 20 some years. I love them. I have never had any problems with them. Anytime I have a issue or something I did wrong or messed up something or what, they're on it. I don't even have to call them. I just type it and they get it fixed. So I haven't had any problems with DreamHost. The let me see here. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, the link and stuff is in the description and all of that. I have to just double check, make sure that link is still good. I think it is. Yeah, I think it's still good. Yeah. Oh, I know what I need to do. Yeah. All right. So, any other questions? Any other concerns? Any of that? Any of that? Let's see something. All right. So, other than that, yeah, I think we good. But if there any other questions, any other concerns, um, anything that you've been thinking about, got going on? Is there a question that you've seen out there, but you or that you have not seen out there? A question, well, you might have seen a question that somebody asked and you never and you they never got an answer for it, in a Facebook group. Because I've seen that happen before that people have asked questions and they just flat out don't get an answer. Um, or there might be something that you got going on, you're thinking, trying to get clarity on. That's what it's all about. Now, one of the things a lot of people know that I do everything I can to help folk out. Here's the thing. If you're stuck on something, when you contacting me sometimes after the fact doesn't help. It doesn't help you because a lot of times people will call me and talk to me before they do a closing. Hey, and just asking questions. Okay. And then when they into a closing and they run into a problem, they call everybody else. And then all of a sudden, a couple of days later, I get a text. Hey, I had this situation. What would you have done? And I'm like, okay, what did you do? Something came up and you did something, and now you're trying to figure out whether or not what you did was right. The question is, how come you didn't reach out to me before then? And what a lot of people say, with some of y'all probably saying, well, you're so busy. I see you on YouTube and it doesn't hurt. You can shoot me a text. Hey, and I see it. Okay, got it. You're in trouble. You need some help. Maybe I can refer you to a quick video, this, that, and the other. And sometimes I do that. It's like, okay, let me send you this video because this video might be able to help you out. Or depending on what it is, okay, let me give you a quick call and try to get you some answers and try to point you in the right direction for that. But what happens a lot of times, people will wait till after the fact. They made a mistake, then hit the fan, and then they're like, how am I supposed to fix this? And it's like, well, we could have got it fixed. Well, we could have prevented it from having to be fixed if you would have reached out. And sometimes, and again, this is just the truth. They're like, well, I called the NNA and they couldn't help me. Why didn't you call me? And then I started asking them, well, you saw, oh yeah, yeah. And then they start all of a sudden remember what they read in the video. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. So sometimes what it is, you have to calm down. When things pop up, you got to calm down. Stop thinking the worst. And part of the reason why most people are thinking the worst is because they hear the worst from all these other people out here that's talking about how notaries going to jail and notaries are going to get busted and this, that, and the other. So that's all you hear. And it's like, okay, well, what's the solution so that I don't get in trouble? They never bring that. The only solution they have is more marketing. But what's the solution for me not to mess up the notarization? What's the solution for me not to mess up the scans? They have none. That's where the problem comes in at. They don't have one. And if they don't have one, then you're just sitting here not able to move forward. You're getting in trouble and then they're still selling training. And you're sitting here like, what? So I will do everything I can to help. Watch the videos. I showed y'all how to find them. If there's a subject that I need to talk about, let me know. Like here's one video that everybody needs to go look at. Let me show y'all this one. This one video right here. Do I stamp every time I see the word seal? This one here, so many people get this jammed up. It's already chaptered out. and everything. Um, I go over the history of it to help you to understand what the word seal mean, what's the purpose of it, and all of that. And then heck, even with this one here, for new notaries, don't staple acknowledgments or juras, a part one. Look at the video. Look at the video. Heck, all you would have had to do is just type in Griffin Notary staple. Boom, comes up. Two of them. You see what I'm saying? This is how easy it is to find the information, but you got to be willing to go out here and look for it. Oh, probably about 1,200 videos out here. Yes, some of them are long, some of them are extra long, some of them are probably too long. But I'm just trying to help people all the way around. So let me see here. Get ready to get on out of here and go get my wife and all that good stuff. So many people are slow when you tell them what to work. Yeah, there are a lot of people, because there are trainers out there. They don't know what the word seal means. So what they do is just tell the notary every time you see seal, just stamp it, just stamp, just keep going, just do it. Just like they tell notaries every time somebody signs a page, they need to initial it. Well, is there initial spot on there? No. So why are you having them initial it? Well, that's what I do in my job. Okay, that's silly. Just because that's what you do in your job doesn't mean that's what they want done on these documents. Why don't you ask it? Well, I don't want to seem like I don't know. So you got an excuse for everything. You got an excuse why you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, and you have an excuse why you can't find out whether you should be doing something you ain't supposed to be doing. So at the end of the day, you got somebody doing something that's going to get them in trouble, and then you ain't nowhere to be found when they want their money back for their $200 course that they paid for you, for their $30 a month mentor that they paid for you. I was trying to be good, people. I wasn't going on a rant. I wasn't going on a rant, but y'all know this is the problem. And I'm telling y'all, until y'all speak up and you put these people in check for the BS that they keep telling y'all, it's going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening over and over again. But y'all want to, everybody wants to say, well, I didn't get screwed over. Yes, you did. I mean, yeah, I did, but I don't want nobody to know. That's how crap happened. Then if somebody do a class action lawsuit, then all of a sudden everybody like, oh, I want some. You didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing 2 years ago. You didn't say nothing 6 months ago. You ain't getting this. You ain't getting none of this because you just sat back and just let it happen to you. You didn't do anything. That's a whole nother subject. But y'all get what I'm saying. This is your business. You have to protect your business. You can't expect these individuals out here to do what is right for your business. You have to make sure you're doing what's right for your business. And if what they're offering you doesn't support that, the trainer supports you. It's not you supporting the trainer. And that's the biggest problem we have right now, is that notaries are more about supporting the trainer than the trainer is supporting the notary. Because some of these people, you can't find them unless you got a credit card to swipe and say, okay, well, I'll give you 10 minutes. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. Call me back when you find the answer and tell me. And then you tell them the answer, and then they go sell it to somebody else. That's the most foolish thing. If you find the answer, and I know people take what I say on here and they go, but to pay somebody some money, they can't answer you. You find out the answer, they bugging you to death to get the answer, and then they incorporate it in their training course, and you don't get a dime for it. Wait a minute, you've been doing this longer than me, 3-4 times longer than me. You couldn't figure out the answer. I figured the answer out, and now you want to get paid for the answer and then giving me none? No. Well, I'll tell you the answer, but we're gonna sign this agreement that if you make any money off of it, I get 50%. Matter of fact, no, I want 80% because all you're doing is just regurgitating what I said. I want 80%. You have a right to do that. And if you don't think you do, then prove to me that you don't. You got a right to do that. That's what they're doing to you. All right, let me get out of here before I go on one of my tangents. Okay. All right. So there's nothing else. I'm about to get on up out of here and finish eating my donut. Then I got two closings tomorrow and a buttload of house inspections to do, get it all done, make my money, and all that good stuff. So Griffin Notary Services is about helping you to get to where you need to be at. You got to do your part. I'm gonna do my part, and and together we're gonna make the money that we need to do. Yeah, I want 80%. If it's okay, if Oswald, if I ask a question of a notary trainer and the person doesn't give me, they're like, well, I can't help you. Okay, fine. Then I turn around and I find out what the answer is, and then they want me to tell them what the answer is, and then they're going to incorporate it into some kind of training where they're getting paid. And the only reason why they're getting paid for this information is because I figured it out and they never took time out to do it. No, you're gonna pay me at least 80% minimum. 80%. Matter of fact, it really should be 90% because all you're doing is just regurgitating what I told you. You're just taking what I put together and then you're sharing it. That's why you have to be careful on YouTube and stuff with the copyright of people's music because they don't want you benefiting off of other people's work and not giving them proper credit. And I don't want you just to say, oh, yeah, this idea came from Griff, but you're making this money, you're getting paid for it, and it just enhance your bottom line, enhance everything you're doing, and you're not going to give me none. Oh, no, I keep it to myself. I just keep it to myself. I don't have to tell you. See, that's the thing. We're business on. We ain't got to tell nobody nothing. You just go do your thing. I ain't got to share nothing with you. I ain't got to do no conference. I ain't got to sit up here no meet up with you. I ain't got to do nothing with you or for you. You figure it out. I figured it out. Uses competition. That's why it's going to be hard for people trying to talk about putting a notary association together because we're competitors. And when you put together an association, somebody's going to have to pull all of that in and say what we can and can't do. They're going to start restricting our freedom to go out here and do what we want to do in our business and say, oh, well, you can't do it. You got to do it this way. Or in order to get this particular level of pay, you got to give this here level of concessions. And it's like, whoa, I don't want to give that up. I don't want to do that. Matter of fact, I'm not legally allowed to do that. You want me to do what? I can't collect closing funds. Virginia doesn't allow it. Well, if you want $150 per signing, then you got to do this. Okay, then you see what I'm saying? Now I got to break away from the association because what I'm asked to do is in violation of my state law. We're officers of the state. Realtors are not. They're not representing the state. They're just being given permission to operate in the state. We represent the state as well as being given permission to operate in the state. So you have to think twice about when you say we need to have an association. And in our thread that I saw, and to advocate for us. What are you advocating for us for? What is it? Because the one thing that I want advocated is stop asking notaries to do illegal stuff. And regardless of how much pay you giving me, stop asking me to do illegal stuff. Because what I'm seeing is that the more people pay you, the more they feel that you should be doing what they want you to do. That's right. We took an oath. This is it right here. We took a daggone oath to do things in accordance with what our state says. So I don't believe any association can properly protect us nationwide. Maybe within the confines of our individual states, but that's going to be hard to do nationwide when there's so many variations of state laws. And again, what are you advocating for? And if it's just about getting more money, to me, that ain't. I can figure out how to get my own money. And then how much money should we get? What is the minimum? What is the maximum? What is supposed to be fair? Because how do you say 200 is fair for one person when it might not be for, because somebody in Montana out in the mountains might got to put forth way more effort than somebody in Virginia Beach or in Florida. New York, the person like, well, I got to catch the public transportation to get to where I got to go. So that's more time and effort that's involved in that than somebody who got a car and got a big super freeway in Texas to drive across state. They can go anywhere they want. You see what I'm saying? So this thing really has to be thought out. And then lastly, who do we really trust to represent us, our interests? Because it can't be somebody who's a notary trainer, which I talked about that in the video when I was talking about unions. And it's articulated all through there. So you got to ask yourself, who can I trust that's going to truly represent? Okay, you ready? All right. That's going to truly represent us and not stab us in the back. Because we know how these unions can be in these associations. And the people who are in charge of them get paid. So are they going to, last point, most definitely last point. Y'all heard about Terrence Howard in Hustle and Flow. One of the things he said is that the agents for the actors and actresses are sometimes agents for the movie theater or the movie company, the movie producers, for them who are making the movie. He said that's a conflict of interest. So they're supposed to be representing us, but they're also representing the movie production companies and all of them. Conflict of interest. It goes deeper. So you just can't say, oh, let's just start up an association. We got to look at the details of it. What are you advocating for? What do I have to give up as an independent business owner in order to get this here, what you want? And is what you asking me to give up or to do in order to get what you want me to, what I want, or what you say I should have, am I violating my state law that I'm obligated to follow? Those are the questions that need to be asked. Nobody's asking them except for right here. We have that discussion. And are you going to protect me against people telling me to do things that's illegal for me to do as a notary? When that's the first protection you want. That's what you need to advocate for me. Then the money will come. And if you can't do that for me, then I ain't being a part of that association at all. Period. Well, y'all have a good one. Thank y'all for listening to me on my little mini rant. And I will catch y'all on the flip side. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.